The only score that matters is the one you give yourself. Philips beard trimmer with power adapt sensor adapts to you. Philips.
Let's look ahead to the third T20I on Philips Trimmer presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 timeout. Brad Hodge, Wasim Jaffer. I don't know whether, if the game was a 20-over game, whether we would have seen some of those selections. Look like captains mentioned that they made some calls based on an 8-over game. What boxes would Australia like ticked, Hodge, as they approach a decider here? Would you like to see Josh English get a game? What are the other sort of areas that you think Australia need to cover looking ahead to this one?
Well, I mean, I don't think they'll play two spinners in Australia, but you can certainly maybe consider bringing in Ashton Agar as well, given the fact that Zamp has been so successful. And you know, the left-arm orthodox we've seen is a good matchup to the right-handers with access to the Australian top order, and it actually could play out in the same fashion again against the Indian right-handers, even though they're probably better players of spin. But, I mean, economically, the spinners in T20 cricket are well ahead of the quicks. So there is an opportunity. He's a good all-rounder. Hasn't played for a bit, though. That's a bit of an issue. But it might be worthwhile. It probably might spin a little bit down in Hyderabad as well. So that might be something which we consider. What I did like was Pat Cummins and the variations that he showed in this game. That was a good adaptation from last game, and I thought he bowled exceptionally well. So lots of changes of pace from the Australians, you'll see. Josh Inglis is a good T20 play, might come back in, lengthen the batting a little bit, but I think there's enough batting there. We still haven't seen Maxwell fire or the best of Tim David yet. We got, Matty Wade's in dynamite form, so maybe you don't need that extra length of batting with Josh Inglis in there.
Wasim, looking at this one, they played Rishabh Pant just for the 8-over game. You think would they go back to the balance that they've otherwise had, or would you give Deepak Chahar a game, who doesn't seem to be getting a lot of game time, even though he's one of the World Cup reserves?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure about. Again, that causes a worry about who bowls in the death. You don't see Deepak Chahar bowl in the death. He's best suited to bowl probably 2 or 3 overs in the power play. So I think they'll probably stick with Bhuvi. I don't know, or maybe give Deepak Chahar a game and bowl him before 15th or 16th over, and again we'll see Bumrah and Harshal bowl. But Harshal, I think, needs to step up his death bowling because 2 back-to-back pretty ordinary overs. But I think it's good enough. He's got a lot of variation, but he just need to be a little bit better than what he is.
The only score that matters is the one you give yourself. Philips beard trimmer with power adapt sensor adapts to you. Philips.